SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
You're listening to Sports Talk Mississippi On Demand, presented by Pearl River Resort. Escape to Choctaw, Mississippi and enjoy world-class gaming, the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, and Geyser Falls Water Park. Escape to Pearl River Resort.
Sports Talk Mississippi is on the air. Sports Talk Mississippi is powered by C-Spire. Power your home or business with C-Spire Fiber. To learn more, visit supertalk.fm/C-Spire. C-Spire Fiber powers SuperTalk Mississippi. To the junction, in the Grove, and to the top. This is Sports Talk Mississippi. On your radio and in the game, right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome in on this Friday. Michael Borky, Brian Haydad, a couple of goons with you. Glad that you guys are with us.
What are we?
That's what we were called on the message board last night, Haydad. Made me laugh.
Do you know what that means?
That's what we were called.
Okay.
But we're going to have fun today.
I may have to tell you during the break what the...
But we're going to have fun today.
Okay.
And we're going to talk to a participant in the Super Bowl, hopefully a Super Bowl winner, because we can claim, hey, we had a Super Bowl winner.
We had a part in that.
The Sports Talk bump was...
If this happens and that team wins the Super Bowl, we can say with all legitimacy, teams who had a player do an interview the week before the Super Bowl are 1-0 in Super Bowls. Or undefeated. I'm sorry, change that. 1-0 is not good. Undefeated in Super Bowls.
Ben Brown will join us from Vicksburg. He and Haydad share an alma mater of the high school version. Right. He went to Ole Miss, and he's now a New England Patriot. He'll join us here in about 30 minutes from right now. You'll also hear a conversation that Haydad had with Justin Parker. We are 2 weeks and an hour away from first pitch in college baseball, and good conversation there, so you'll get to hear that as well. And then I've just got a lot of miscellaneous things for you. There's basketball. We can look at the slate this weekend. Also, the state women got a big win last night, so I'll let Haydad tell you about that. There is an injury that happened for a very famous Olympian getting ready for next week's Winter Olympics. We'll talk about that. There's some NFL news. There's some entertainment news. There's a lot to get to today. And also, I was informed just a little while ago that we have a Royal Rumble preview coming up at 5:20. So all that and more on this Friday with you.
You couldn't be more right, Michael Borky. We do indeed have that later on in the show. We are in the Pearl River Resort Studios, pearlriverresort.com. Just the thought of relaxation. It relaxes me. I enjoy a great time every time I'm at Pearl River Resort, and you can do the same. Book your stay now at pearlriverresort.com. C-Spire text line open you at 601-879-4395. Your team has you covered on the field. C-Spire has you covered everywhere else with the best technology for home work and on. Backed by local 24/7 customer support. Learn more at cspire.com. C-Spire, inspired by you.
Somebody's asking what the 2-week forecast is for opening day. I've got Oxford pulled up right now. Now, a lot can change in 2 weeks.
A little chilly.
But apparently in Oxford, Friday, February 13th, high of 61 and overcast. So it could be worse. It most certainly could be worse than what it is right now. Speaking of Oxford, you know things up there have been bad with this winter storm when even Richard Cross worked on a Friday. But in all seriousness, they've done a heck of a job, especially on his show, providing context, updates, where to help, and because I think a lot of people south of that storm line don't quite understand, because it's not just Oxford. Oxford got hit really hard, obviously. And it's kind of a landmark. Like the college towns in Mississippi are landmarks, right? Because that's where the sports epicenter is in our college towns.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're historic landmarks regardless.
Yeah, but that area, if you haven't been a part of it, I mean, there are still people without power and running water right now. And you've got a freeze upcoming this weekend. The clips and links and everything have been posted to social media. If you are inclined to help, there's a lot of different avenues to help. A lot of hands are involved now on the ground in North and then also kind of like Northwest Mississippi. A lot of people helping out and a lot of people in need of help. Richard and Alex, who books the guests and middays and everybody involved in our news department have done an incredible job of getting the information out there. If you want to help, our website's got it. Clips from especially Richard's show because, look, he's lived it, right? So he can provide context as good as anybody on top of being a great storyteller and all that. He's done a heck of a job, and all the links are there and all of the stories and everything are there. So if you're inclined to help, there is plenty of ways that you can and a lot of people that need it. They're working hard. Some businesses have started to kind of reopen. I saw a bar was open today, so nature is healing when the bars are opening back up. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to help and a lot of people that need it. So check all of that out. And, a kudos to Richard and Alex and everybody that have been a part of this, Lance, Rhino, middays, everybody involved have done a great job of providing information. We're not just entertainers sometimes. We are informers. Before 3 o'clock anyway.
Yeah.
We're just kind of here to help you get through the rest of your day, I suppose. But really, really good stuff and a lot of really incredible work being done.
Yeah.
Somebody says, I work for a power company, been without power since Saturday. We are doing all we can as fast as we can. Yeah, I have seen that there have been line workers not only working around the clock in frigid temperatures and stuff like that, and it's hard work just in general, but people from Opelika, the county that Auburn is in Alabama and Troy and all over the South have come to help. I saw a video of the Cajun Navy giving, using their partnership with, Blue Rhino, the propane company?
I believe that's correct.
Just handing out propane tanks and stuff like that. So a lot of incredible people and people that have spent a week plus away from their families and just working hard constantly. So anyway, glad that you guys are here. What about as the portal turns? Is there anything to add?
Not today.
See, there's nothing to add right now. Whatever happened with the Navy visitor for Mississippi State on the offensive line?
He visited.
But he has not committed
He has not
anywhere?
committed to anywhere yet.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes.
I had such a dumb joke in my head. I wonder, if he's talking to his coaches, does he say yes, sir? Does he say, sir, yes, sir, when he's responding to his coaches?
I would imagine it's just yes, sir, because the coaches aren't members of the military.
Right.
They're just coaches.
Yeah.
So it's probably just yes, sir.
Imagine being the strength coach, though, at any school that gets a service academy transfer.
Should be good, yeah.
That's trying to intimidate them, though. It's you can't rattle me, okay? You don't know what I've been through. There is nothing that you can yell at me right now that is worse than what I've already heard.
Agreed.
That would be a fun guy to talk to. Is somebody that's played – well, because we had an old friend of mine, high school teammate, that played at West Point on the show before, and those guys are fascinating to talk to, their daily routine and stuff like that. I'm impressed by him. So hopefully State locks him up, and maybe we can even get him on the show. That'd be great. But, other than that, no portal news. What you've got is what you've got right now. So
there you go.
Now, did you say yes, sir, or yeah, sure?
I bet you didn't say
yes,
sure,
sir.
I'm pretty sure that nobody in the United States Naval Academy is addressing a superior officer, yeah, sure.
Did you get that reference? So that's what he's asking.
No, I don't. Oh, am I missing a reference?
Yes.
I quit the show. What just happened?
It is Super Troopers. I don't know.
I've seen that movie. How am I? Okay.
Did you say yes, sir, or yeah, sure? What I said was yeah, sure, sir.
Ah, okay.
It's from the opening scene.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Because I dive in deeper, and get into the meows and I am freaking out, man.
The second one they did was okay.
Yeah.
It had its moments. It wasn't bad. I was glad it wasn't bad. The happiness in your household scene still makes me laugh. If you don't get the reference, I've been told that I have childish humor, but
as have I. Don't feel bad.
Which I'm okay with because it keeps me young, I guess.
Yeah.
But that one stands out to me too. What stood out last night, Brian Haydad? The Mississippi State women's basketball program gets a pretty significant win on the road last night.
Really good win. And how much time? We only have a minute left.
We can come back to it.
Yeah, we're going to need to come back to that because
we have an hour and 45 minutes. We're good. Or 2 hours and 45 minutes. We're good.
That's quite the setup. Yeah. Poor Sam. I just got to cram it all in 1 minute for him there. Big win for Mississippi State. They go on the road to Tennessee and get the win. It's now two top. State started off conference play 7 straight games against top 25 opponents. To get 2 wins out of that, they should feel pretty good about where they stand in terms of making the NCAA tournament. But we will talk about that when we come back. We are just getting started with you here on what is a loaded Friday afternoon. So we'll be back in just a minute. This is Sports Talk Mississippi. I'm Brian Haydad. He's Michael Borky. Just getting started with you.
From the Venable Glass.
Hey guys, what's happening? What the heck are you doing?
Sports Talk Mississippi on your radio and in the game. Sports Talk Mississippi.
Lord, you give me strength to carry on. 'Cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go.
Yeah. We are rolling here on a Friday. We're just getting started. Brian Haydad, Michael Borky here with you on a Friday. It is Sports Talk Mississippi, and Sports Talk Mississippi is brought to you in part by AgriGold. AgriGold believes progress in the field starts with seed and the people who plant it. That's why AgriGold focuses 100% on seed, delivering trusted genetics and solutions to help you get more out of every acre. Contact Carrie Baker at 662-836-7417, your local AgriGold representative, to learn more. Or visit agrigold.com to explore seed solutions and agronomy resources. Plant your legacy today with AgriGold.
All right, continue on because you had such little time.
Yes.
On the
win.
Set
me up for failure
at Thompson Bowling last night.
Yeah, good win for Mississippi State. A game that they really weird when you look at the box score. Because State dominated the game, led by as many as 20 points even in the fourth quarter, but they gave up 20 turnovers. They had 20 turnovers in this game. Tennessee is a team that turns you over a lot and makes you wonder, like, if State had held onto the ball, this could have been an absolutely crushing victory. But as it is for the women, they're off to a really the start of conference play was really tough for them. As I mentioned, they've played 7 ranked teams to start conference play. SEC women's basketball, always a tough schedule for everybody. Nobody has an easy go of it right now. But State got a win over Kentucky a couple weeks ago at the Hump, and now to go on the road and beat Tennessee like this, all Sam Purcell's team has to do the rest of the way is just kind of take care of their business. Win the games they're supposed to win. If they drop another game here and there, it's not going to be that big a deal. Just don't give away any bad losses, and you're going to be back in the NCAA tournament. That would be for him the third time in 4 years. He missed one tournament his second season, but has been in every other time.
So there you go.
Yeah, good win. I mean, just surprising how easily they dominated that game. I mean, they just controlled Tennessee from the start.
Sticking with women's basketball too, at the half. Ole Miss was up 19 against number 5 Vanderbilt. Remember, that game had to move to Birmingham. Mm-hmm. So possibly on their way to another win, although that lead has diminished dramatically.
That game's going on as we speak.
As we speak right now. Vanderbilt cut it to single digits at one point, so we'll see if they can hold on. This weekend, the slate, LSU at South Carolina, that should be against the 8th Amendment. Anybody in attendance for that game has grounds for legal damages for having witnessed it. Texas A&M's at Georgia. Texas is at Oklahoma. Mississippi State at Missouri, 2:30. The Bulldogs got to have this one. You just got to have it.
If you win this game, again, when we're talking about Mississippi State basketball, and to a certain degree, I think we're talking about with Ole Miss too. I mean, if Ole Miss can beat Vanderbilt this weekend, maybe they got like a small whiff of hope.
You're not dead if you beat Vanderbilt.
State's not going to the NCAA tournament. Let's just throw it out there. It's January 30th. Unless they win the SEC tournament, Mississippi State's not going to make it to the March Madness. But can you finish a little stronger than you've been? Can you have some self-respect and win these games? Missouri is not a great team. Mississippi State's not a great team. But when two not great teams play each other, somebody's got to win. We saw that. We saw an example of that a couple weeks ago at the Hump when Mississippi State and Ole Miss played each other. Two not great teams, somebody had to win. And that's the case here. So State, look, you win this game, you win 2 games on the road, you got a top 15 ranked Arkansas team coming, and maybe just a little juice, just a little bit of excitement to get you through these next couple of weeks on the way to, as we speak. 2 weeks from today, let me tap my watch here, we will be 30 minutes from first pitch at Dudy Noble, at Swayze Field, and at Pete Taylor Park.
So there you go. Ole Miss is at Vanderbilt. They were supposed to be in Oxford this weekend. Obviously, they had to flip-flop the games because of that winter storm. Mm-hmm. This is another one. Ole Miss got to have it. They have played themselves into a position where you are playing a ranked team on the road, and you have to win in order to maintain. Ole Miss is currently on life support, right? They have a pulse, but barely. If they win this game, they will maintain a pulse, but stay on life support. If they lose this game, then, they're not making the tournament, right? Barring something crazy. But if you want to keep having that glimmer of hope, you have to win this game tomorrow. And I do wonder how much practice they've been able to do. The campus was without power for an extended period of time. There's been a lot of issues, obviously, in Oxford, so I wonder how much they've been able to actually prepare for this game. Not that matters more than what the people of Oxford are dealing with.
Right.
But when you have a gotta-have-it game and you haven't been able to prepare for said game, if you can win it, then what a story that would be. But anyway, there's that. Kentucky's at Arkansas. That could be a fun one.
Should be. Kentucky, I just don't know what to make of the Wildcats, man.
Let Mark Pope lose that game.
He could be in real trouble. I know people don't want us to hear that. It goes back to what I always say. If somebody wants you fired bad enough, they will find the money to do it. And they found enough money to give him, a $20-something million roster in basketball.
What was the discussion this offseason about Kentucky basketball? The most expensive roster ever assembled.
And now, they're struggling.
Whether or not that's true doesn't matter. That's what was said.
They're just struggling. And I just don't know, man. If they somehow, what is their net? I have not kept up with net as much as I probably should, considering the state of Mississippi State and Ole Miss basketball. Kentucky's currently 34 in the net. If they finish 8-10 in conference play, I don't know, man. They're going to be on the bubble. They're right there right now. So.
And then Auburn is at Tennessee.
Ole Miss currently 83 in the net, in case you're wondering. Mississippi State at 93. So, yeah.
There you go.
It's just, like I said, Ole Miss has a flicker, the faintest flicker of hope you can possibly imagine. State's not going to the NCAA tournament unless they win the SEC tournament, which right now, if you want to go put $10 down at the Timeout Sports Lounge, or the sports book at Timeout Lounge, you'll make a lot of money because they are not going to be favored to do that.
Man. This could turn into an interesting debate that we've only got a couple minutes. Now, I don't know if debate's the right word, but somebody says Sam Purcell is the best coach on State's campus with the little resources he has. Who is? So take away the baseball coach. He hasn't coached a game yet.
Well, even so, he's the answer.
He is the answer. So that's why I'm taking him away.
Title.
When you're not talking about the national championship winning,
if you're talking
head coach,
about in
who's
terms
the best coach
of
on
who's
campus?
getting the most juice for the squeeze, you can easily make a case for Purcell because I feel like Mississippi State men's basketball results aside of this season, that roster was not cheap. Mm-hmm. It's just bad. Like, two things can be true at the same time. You could spend a lot of money and get bad players. Yeah. That's what Mississippi State did in men's basketball this year. And then for football, I mean, how can you say otherwise? I mean, Samantha Ricketts would be on the list. Matt Roberts is probably the correct answer, though, the men's tennis coach. I mean, he's had a consistent top 15 program for over a decade. He's won the SEC tournament. He's won the SEC championship. He's been deep into the postseason play. The actual best coach at Mississippi State is probably Matt Roberts. And my guess is for Ole Miss, the answer would be Chris Malloy, right?
Either he or Corey Hinkes, honestly. Hinkes has a national championship, but Malloy's got 2 individual national champions and just went to the Final Four. Mm-hmm. It would be one of the 2 golf coaches at the moment, I think. You loop Bianco in there, too, because he has a championship, but I do think that the consistency of which Malloy and Hinkes' teams have, and some people don't like, hey, Dad, when you loop in those sports, we're just talking about, okay, well, that's a different conversation. Pete Golding's coached 3 games as a head coach in his life.
No, you can't put Golding.
No. So then you're only talking about 2, and one has an actual national championship. I don't know. It's one of the golf coaches, though, is the answer, I think. Money cannot buy chemistry. And the thing is, you can build a roster with great chemistry that costs you a lot of money. Mm-hmm. But you got to hit on personality, too. It's not just player. You got to hit on personality. And not that they're bad people necessarily, but the personalities have to mesh.
Right. And that's something you can't know until it's done, right? You can't know if the chemistry is going to work until they're already signed and there and playing together. You can't. You just have to hope for the best. They come in their visit and you think everything goes well, but you don't ever know.
You never know.
So that's why for Mississippi State, when we're looking ahead to next year, Hubbard obviously should be back, and then that trio of King Grace, T. Bartlett, Jamarian Davis Fleming, build around those guys, and if you can do that. Yeah, sure. So if you build it around those 3 guys, and that's how you go forward. All right, when we come back, very excited to talk to a participant in this year's upcoming Super Bowl, former Ole Miss Rebel, former St. Aloysius Flash, and current New England Patriot. Ben Brown will join the show. Looking forward to talking to Ben about what's going on in New England, this incredible season the Patriots have had, and a lot more. We'll do that when we come back. This is Sports Talk Mississippi, joining you on a Friday. A lot going on and a lot more to come here today. Be back in just a minute.
From theSeabrook.com.
Let's go. To the junction, in the grove, and to the top. Don't hurt yourself. Sports Talk Mississippi on SuperTalk Mississippi.
When guests join the show, they do so on the Farm Bureau guest line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team. Very pleased to welcome Mississippi's own, the Super Bowl participant, Ben Brown from the New England Patriots. Ben, we're going to get into the Super Bowl. We're going to get into this incredible season y'all have had up there in New England. But I got to ask a question to start. What do you want to tell me about hourglasses?
Did Russ Nelson put you up to that?
You know Coach Nelson had me do that one. Yes, sir.
Man, that's hilarious. So when I was in high school, Coach Nelson, he helped coach the O-line, and we did all these brutal exercise regiments, and one of them was called hourglasses. And so what he did was he set up cones the length of the football field that mimicked the shape of an hourglass. And I think Coach Nelson probably had a little bit too much time on his hands to come up with something as egregious as what that was. But so we started in the far corner of the end zone, and then we would bear crawl probably to the 50-yard line, get up, sprint, and then bear crawl to the opposite end zone, and kept doing repetitions of bear crawling and sprinting. I'm pretty sure we had rolls at one point as well, into the whole shape of an hourglass. And let me tell you, those were not fun.
That's great. You should have had him doing it, that big guy. So, oh well.
Oh, man.
Ben, we really appreciate you joining us. Talk to us about this season, because coming into the year, the Patriots last year, they struggled. New coach, but a veteran coach, new quarterback in Drake May in his second year, and you guys have just been a juggernaut this year. What has this season been like up there?
Yeah, it's been a tremendous season. I think everyone's really enjoyed it. I think that we have a lot of great players on our team, and obviously a lot of great coaches as well. And I think Coach Vrabel has done a great job in really establishing an identity for this team early in training camp and early during OTAs this summer. And I think that's really paid dividends for us this season, because we have a standard that we're going to practice to and that we're going to perform to every single Sunday.
You go undrafted, and you have a couple of stops along the way. Did you envision being in this spot? Not only did you just recently sign a new contract to stay with New England, but, I mean, you're about to play in the Super Bowl. Has that sunk in yet, considering your journey to get to this point?
I mean, honestly, it hasn't. I don't think it's fully sunk in yet. It probably won't until we're out in California next week. But it has. It's been a very long journey. There's been a lot of adversity that I've had to face with my NFL career. It's not been a typical one, but really, I think what's helped me persevere is my relationship with Christ, and for giving me the strength to endure some of the hardships that I've had to endure, and some of the times where, my NFL path wasn't always clear. And now God's blessed me with the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, So really I'm so very grateful for this opportunity to play on a team with guys that will be brothers for the rest of my life, and for such an amazing group of coaches as well. And it's truly been a season that I'll remember forever.
And you've got Vrabel, obviously won 3 Super Bowls as a coach. He has been around this game, 3 Super Bowls as a player. So he's been there. What has his advice been to you guys in terms of preparing for this game? I mean, the halftime's longer and things like that. What has his experience been like, and how much different is this game? Forget like the stakes, but the nuts and bolts of travel and preparing and the longer halftime and stuff like that. What are you expecting next week?
Yeah, so it's obviously it's a lot different from a normal game. I think Coach Vrabel, what he does a phenomenal job of is really helping us understand with every single game that we play in, game-to-game situations that we might have, but also for things that could possibly be distractions. Like this week having it be a different week because we have an extra week of preparation, and then flying all the way across the country on Sunday in California, and all the distractions that come with being in the Super Bowl, all the media obligations that we may have, all the events we may have, which is a tremendous honor to be a part of, but at the end of the day, we're on a mission, and we have to stay focused on winning the Super Bowl. So,
Ben, what makes Drake May so good? He has had a fantastic second year in the league, has become one of the top quarterbacks in the sport. What is it about him that stands out?
Yeah, I think he's a very smart player, and I think he's such a talented player as well. I mean, you can see by the way he plays, he can get it done in the air and with his legs, And I think he's very smart with taking care of the football, and I think he has a complete understanding of our scheme with Coach McDaniels. And, I think that Drake also does a great job of commanding our offense, really taking the offense by the reins. And it was definitely it's a new system this year, but I think Drake has done a phenomenal job of leading our offense.
His wife has built up a big following online for being a baker. Does he bring what she makes to you guys in the offensive line room?
Absolutely, he does. So yeah, that's always a lot of fun. Whenever Ann Michael will make some stuff, she's made some cookies and some other desserts that go to the O-line room. But I will tell you, they don't last very long in there. They know the right audience, bringing all the desserts to the O-line room.
Ben, it's become kind of a national story with you and your family. Football is such a big part of your family, and your grandfather, of course, played in the Super Bowl himself. What is, has the national media starting to pick up on that? Are you getting those interview requests saying, hey, we want to, because it feels like a great feel-good story.
Yeah, I think I've definitely had some more attention come to light because it is such a wonderful story. And, my grandfather, Alan Brown, he accomplished winning both Super Bowl I and Super Bowl II for the Green Bay Packers. But what I tell a lot of these people that I've spoken to about that is that Alan Brown was such a beacon in the community, and he was such a great man, such a strong Christian. And when I was growing up, Papa would not even talk about NFL or Super Bowl as much. We kind of just were like, oh, cool, Papa played in the Super Bowl, because that's the kind of man he was. He was a humble man, and he was a man that cared for his children and for his grandchildren. And he never wanted the spotlight to be on him. But it obviously was pretty cool wearing his little Super Bowl rings whenever I was younger.
So, Ben, I know your family, y'all are proud Ole Miss Rebels and have been for a long, long time. You're on the offensive line there with Will Campbell from LSU. Has there been some Kiffin back and forth smack talk over the past month?
Nah, I'll say this. Honestly, more so, what's been neat is that, Will grew up in Monroe, Louisiana, which is just an hour from Vicksburg.
Yes, sir.
And so Will's already, probably my first or second week there, we made that connection. And Will would ask me about all the restaurants and everything in Vicksburg and say, like, oh, yeah, I love that place, So that's where we really talk more about all that.
Are you giving him the Beechwood recommendation?
Of course.
There you go.
Absolutely. Got to go to Beechwood.
Got to.
What is the biggest difference between playing offensive line in the SEC versus playing offensive line in the NFL?
Man, I'll tell you this. In the SEC, it's a little bit different. I'd say the SEC is probably the most competitive conference in college football. But when you get to the NFL, it's a different kind of competition, if that makes sense. I felt like in college I would play some, probably a few times a year play some guys that would be drafted pretty highly. But then we would also play, some schools that didn't have any guys that would go on to play in the NFL. So there would be talent drop-offs with some of the other teams that we might play throughout the course of a year. But in the NFL, any team you play, anyone that's on that 53-man roster can embarrass you on that football field. They are all so talented and also very good. And I'd say the speed of the game is such a huge hurdle. I remember going from high school to college, and I remember my first fall camp training practice, and we did one-on-one pass rushes. And then the defensive line would do all these different moves, and they would run twists in practice. I was like, man, this feels like impossible to block. Like, how do these guys block all this movement and all these guys doing all these different techniques? And then when you get to the NFL, it's just a whole another monster, because not only are those guys just, the peak at their position in the world, but there's guys that could be 10 years older than you and been playing for 10 plus extra years. So you could imagine how much better a player can be at 32 as opposed to 22,
Ben, we only got a couple seconds left. Really appreciate you joining us. One last question. You are clearly the most famous offensive tackle in St. Aloysius history. Who is number 2, me or Drake Dorbeck?
I think I'm going to have to give it to Drake, brother. I'm sorry.
I'll take it. I'll take being number 3 in that list, though. That's a good list of former flashes. Ben Brown, really appreciate your time. Best of luck next week at the Super Bowl, and you can see if you can bring home another Lombardi Trophy to New England.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
Ben Brown joins us on the Farm Bureau guest line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team. We'll be back in just a minute.
From the SuperTalk Mississippi.
This is Sports Talk Mississippi. Sounds good. On SuperTalk Mississippi.
Now you're just off to a fantastic start.
That guy was awesome. What an infectious personality.
If you are a member of his family, if you are a member of the St. Aloysius family, you're an Ole Miss Rebel, you should be really proud that guy is representing.
No doubt.
No question about it.
My gosh. I mean, just the NFL offensive lineman, Super Bowl in 9 days. And he's sitting here laughing. I mean, just cutting up.
He's having a good time.
He's just...
I got him with that first question.
Yes,
he wasn't
you did.
expecting that. So so just a little Manny mentioned Coach Nelson is a good friend of mine, been a friend of mine for many, many years. And so I reached out to him. I was like, hey, could you hook me up with Ben? And I said, because he says he still texts a lot of his former players. And he made it happen. And he's like, you got to ask him about this. And so I had no idea what an hourglass was. I'm glad. I just thought I had it rough, just running those hills under Coach Salmon. That sounded absolutely brutal. Everybody listening to that was just like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm glad that wasn't me.
Did you see the Kansas State football team yesterday running stadiums in the snow? It's like, I understand toughness, but running on metal bleachers when there's snow and ice on them is like you're just asking to tear an ACL and destroy your entire team. But yeah, man, he was awesome. That was great.
That was great. It was one of our better interviews we've had. And of course, he joined us on the Farm Bureau guest line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team. From the C Spire text line, this dude rocks. Ask if I can be his friend. And then another one here from the 901. That was a great interview with Ben Brown. Thanks. So.
Yeah, I want to be his friend too. Especially he did get 2 days before Christmas. Merry Christmas, Ben. A 2-year contract extension with the Patriots, so he's going to be on the roster for the next couple of years.
That's awesome.
At $6.6 million.
Somebody asked, so you know where Marcus Bottom is? I live just down the street from it. Lived on Drummond Street when I was a kid. Yeah, I know exactly where that is. Ate at the KFC there many, many times. It's not a KFC anymore, though. I don't know how a KFC goes out of business, but it did. You all right there, Borky?
Yeah, I'm looking up what that is.
Marcus Bottom? It's just a neighborhood in Vicksburg.
Yeah, it's on the Blues Trail.
Is it? Okay, I can believe that.
That's right.
Yeah,
on the Mississippi Blues Trail.
You gotta really hide in Vicksburg for me not to know where you are. Like I know my way around town.
I've been all over the state. I've not been to Vicksburg or Natchez. Those are two places that I want to go.
You gotta go to both of those. I've been to Natchez. Unfortunately, I've been to Natchez a couple of times and did not walk out a winner on either occasion. So
yeah,
Cathedral they never beat them. Never beat Cathedral.
Old war history is really fascinating to me.
You got to go to the park, man. You got to do that. How have you not been?
I don't know. I just
when the weather gets a little better, you need to go down. Now don't walk it. It's like 20 miles. Yeah. But just get in your car, go see all the monuments, go see the Cairo, which is really cool. Definitely go check that out.
My late grandfather used to live nearby a Civil War fort in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And man, just the way that they had to fight is staggering.
Yeah. No doubt. You can go see they got the cemetery there.
It's incredible.
There's two of them. There's two cemeteries in town. There's the National Cemetery where the Union soldiers are, and then out by where my grandmother used to live is the Confederate Cemetery. And so it's a real cemetery, right? Like normal people have been buried there. But you go towards the back of it, and there are thousands of graves of just the Confederate soldiers.
Yeah, I need to get out there.
You go check that out, yeah.
Especially when I went to the abandoned town and the Windsor ruins and all that stuff. That's just really cool.
Yeah.
To see.
Yeah, so Vicksburg can see the antebellum mansions and stuff. went to, my elementary school was a convent, but was also a hospital during the Civil War. So you can go see that as well. You can go see, and then you can go see the playground where young Brian Haydad may have been on the slides or on the swings. And
see, that needs a historical marker.
That needs a marker, right?
For sure,
absolutely, it does. So.
I did. I reached out to my high school and asked them what it would cost for the naming rights of the football stadium, and they didn't reply. So I'm looking for my own historical.
I got named to one of the teams of the century at St. Al. So
yeah, nice.
But I mean, I was just along for the ride. I played, but I'm not going to take any credit for that team's success.
In all seriousness, this was like 5 years ago, I guess, but the school did reach out to gauge my interest in coming on and being an assistant football coach and the golf coach. And I was like, I responded nicely. I was like, hey, guys, I appreciate it. I don't know how you got to me, but do you know where I live?
Yeah.
It's like, again, I appreciate it. I don't know how this happened. I don't live there.
You could have already been like the defensive coordinator at Clemson if you had just taken that path.
Yeah, but I'd be tampering.
You'd be calling in the tampering.
I'd be the Karen.
Exactly.
Man, Sports Talk Mississippi, so glad that you guys are with us. Really appreciate you. And getting some recommendations on the text line. I will do that.
I'll give you all the restaurants, too. Beechwood for a steak.
When it warms up,
yeah,
I'll head that way. Stick with us. We got more sports to talk about after the news. Don't go anywhere.
Take the friggin' wax out of your ear. Did you hear me?
This is Sports Talk. Sports Talk Mississippi.
Woo! I say, sports fans.
Now, here's more on Super Talk Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi. I give Michael Borky a lot of grief on this show, but today he's doing a great job. He's doing a fantastic job. We've had Zeppelin, we've got Van Halen, we've got Whitesnake.
Yeah, I don't deserve the grief that I get from you in particular. You do it to keep up a brand.
You don't like it? Do something about it.
But it's good.
I don't know what you want me to tell you.
It's good. So it works.
You do more work like you do today, you get less criticism.
Exactly.
I ain't here to hold your lollipop up for you. All right, I'm here to work. I'm also here to let you know what's up on Sports Talk Mississippi. What are we doing on the college football fix?
I've got an idea.
Okay, well, Borky has an idea. We'll see how that goes.
It involves a little bit of history's not the right word, but it's just a stat of the day.
All right, that's right in my wheelhouse. So we'll have that for you a little later in the show. Apparently, we're going to play my interview with Justin Parker.
Yes.
A little later in the show.
4:37.
All right, that'll work just fine. And then at 5:20, what you're really waiting on, our Royal Rumble preview right here on Sports Talk Mississippi. What's up on Sports Talk Mississippi is brought to you by Ag Up. Today is the last day for this deal, so you need to make it happen. 0% financing for 48 months on select John Deere 1 through 4 Series compact tractors. You can't beat those workhorses or the 0% financing. Stop by your local Ag Up or visit them at agup.com, your down-home dealer. Today is the day. The special ends tomorrow. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
All right, I saw this earlier. I wanted to bring this to your attention in particular.
Okay.
Would you try it? And tell us on the text line, C-Spire text line, 601-879-4395. Would you try it? I never know what's real and what's not on the internet, but this is from a verified outlet called Dexterto. Okay?
Dexterto.
It's a news outlet for streaming and gaming and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I don't know how they got this, but apparently Absolute Vodka is about to release a Tabasco crossover where they will have Tabasco-flavored vodka. Would you try Absolute Tabasco, a chili pepper flavored vodka?
I'm going to say no on this one. I'm going to say no. I don't think that would be very good. I like spicy food. Don't get me wrong. I eat spicy food. I put habanero sauce on just about everything I eat. I like spicy food. But I don't like spicy drinks. I don't drink Bloody Marys. It's just not my thing.
I love a good Bloody
Mary. I want the drink to quell the spice. I don't want it to add. So I'm going to say no to this. You ever had a leatherneck? You know what that is?
No, I don't.
It's a shot of tequila with a little bit of cayenne or a little bit of Tabasco in it. That's not good. And a friend of mine was like, hey, I'm going to buy a shot. And I didn't ask, and I drank it, and I regretted it. I regretted it after. So, yeah, I would say no to that. That's a no for Brian Haydad.
Aaron says only in Bloody Mary. Yeah, that's
Bloody
the
Mary,
only
it
other
would mask. Yeah, you can't do a lemon drop with that. That would be terrible.
Imagine doing that with a screwdriver. I mean, then you're just in big trouble.
No, yeah. Terrible idea.
Okay, so not as bad of a response as I thought that I would get there.
Yeah.
Also, this. So somebody says, of course, in a good Bloody Mary. I didn't think I'd like the Chocolate Crown Royal either, but it's good. I do have a whiskey infusing kit that I've got cocoa beans in right now, actually. So I'm going to figure out how that is. I did apple, and I could, just barely taste the apple, and it sat for like a month. Mm-hmm. And I'm doing the cocoa beans for even longer, just to see.
Okay. So, see how it goes?
Yeah, there's coffee, there's spices I've never heard of in there.
Is there turmeric?
That's one.
Okay, so there you go.
Whenever
somebody says spices I've never heard of, turmeric is usually the first one I'll throw out there.
Somebody says...
cardamom.
Yeah. How much money does Sam Purcell get for NIL? I hope he gets enough money to keep... He lists a trio of players.
Yeah, he doesn't get a lot, so I'll just say that. He doesn't get a ton. Most of that money is funneled into football, men's, and basketball, and baseball. But that being said, I think...
They do get some.
They do get some, and... if you want to make a donation to women's basketball, they would certainly take your money. Mm-hmm. The fact that's what happened this past year is, he had a couple of really good freshmen, but they got in the portal and then they were gone, and now you've got another good trio. So you got to hope he can keep those ladies because they are quality players for him.
The reality of the situation, it's kind of an ugly truth type deal, is that there are in this era. I mean, it's always kind of been like this, but especially in this era, sometimes. You ultimately have to say no at some point.
Yeah.
You have to make decisions because, as we talk about all the time, look, Ole Miss and State are doing well in a lot of areas, right? Ole Miss is doing financially really well in football. This basketball team's not working out, but financially it was well funded. Obviously, Ole Miss and State are heavily involved in baseball. State probably investing more in baseball than any other team in the country going into this season with roster and coaching staff and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you don't have the money that Texas and Texas A&M does in these other programs. You have to be a little bit more efficient, especially if you want to try to win at all three of the main three sports. So sometimes you can't also do whatever it takes to keep a player in a non-revenue sport the way that a Texas could. You don't want to overpay for a soccer coach because that money needs to go to the sports that you need to try to level the playing field in. It's a harsh reality of what it is, but if you want to win at the sports that generate the revenue, sometimes you have to make tough decisions on the sports that don't. And that doesn't mean you punt them or give up on them.
Just do the best you can.
You do the best you can with what you got. I'm a big Olympics guy. I've told you guys that before. I get really into it. If you got USA on your chest, I'm rooting for you. I will watch you. I'll root for you. I get very patriotic when it comes to sporting events. I love the United States soccer team. I'm really excited about the World Cup, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So the Winter Olympics are coming up, and I get super into them for a few weeks. out of the year. I don't watch skiing when it's not the Olympics, but when it's Olympic skiing, buddy, I'll watch it. The United States Olympic team, unfortunately, suffered a blow today. Lindsey Vonn, a very popular, famous Olympic skier. You guys know who she is. She's been around a while. I think she's 41 years old, so she's been in this for a while. She was in a different event, getting sharp for the Olympics, which start on Friday of next week, I think, right? Isn't that when they start? Either way. She got injured. Yeah. She had to get airlifted. She's okay. It's just the only way to get a skier at a mountain, down the mountain to the hospital. Sometimes you got to use a helicopter. But she suffered an apparent knee injury and not going to participate in the Olympics this week. That was sad. I saw that this morning. That sucks because she's especially one of those very famous Olympians as well. On top of it all, and man, 1 week away from what's probably your final Olympics, considering her age, and she gets injured in a prep event. That sucks.
That does suck. Oh, well, that's not great. Yeah, the Winter Olympics, are you winter over summer?
Okay, this is going to sound crazy. Yes, I do like the Winter Olympics more than I do like the Summer Olympics. I do. I'm
not going to disagree with you. Not going to disagree with you at all. The Winter Olympics has a better variety of cool stuff, in my opinion. Because, I think part of that is it's stuff we don't ever see, right? Like, you can't just go luge on the weekends here in Mississippi, right? You gotta get out of the country for that kind of stuff. So, luge and bobsled. I love hockey. But, some of that stuff, it's just cool, yeah.
Yeah, I get bored. I know the 100 meters electric. And the 200 meters also pretty electric. The running bores me, though. It's just people running, especially the distance ones. I know it's an incredible feat and I will watch them. But it does get kind of boring to me, and I don't know why. It's like the same thing, but on skates. The speed skating draws me in more than like the 1,500 meter.
Yeah.
There's like an artistry to it. But also, I like the hockey more than I like the basketball. Especially because most of the basketball games are totally non-competitive.
People are mentioning curling.
Curling's fun.
Curling is a lot of fun.
The bobsledding's fun.
Love it. Bobsled, luge, skeleton are ski jump is a crazy one. I like speed skating is a lot of fun to watch. I mean, they just. I think it's just something about. I think being here in the South, seeing a winter wonderland, snow everywhere. It's stuff we don't get to see. If I lived in Denver, it might be a little different, but it's just different here.
Sports Talk, Mississippi. A lot of votes for curling. Curling is a lot of fun to watch. I don't really know what's going on, but I still watch it, especially the Americans. Text us on the C Spire text line, 601-879-4395. We'll be back.
From the Venable Sports Talk Mississippi. Are you ready? On the SuperTalk app, SuperTalk.fm, and always on your local SuperTalk Mississippi station.
It's like he did a greatest hits today. It's unbelievable.
I think. Is it Toto that's coming to Mississippi this summer?
I know Men at Work is.
So is the Goo Goo Dolls. I can't wait to see them.
Men at Work is coming to South Haven with they're like with the Spin Doctors. Like what? Like what? How did these two come together? I don't know the answer.
I don't know.
I do know this is Sports Talk Mississippi. I'm about to give you a headline. It's going to get a lot of you guys excited. And we'll have to temper you in just a moment, but let's just start with the headline. From The Athletic, Matt Baker and Ralph Russo sharing the byline. College Sports Commission opens first public investigation, targets LSU for NIL reporting. Now, I know a lot of you Ole Miss fans out there right now, you're fist pumping. You're like, we got him. The report centers around an email that was given out on January 15th. So my guess is this is something that happened last season. This is a Brian Kelly problem. more than anything else.
But they're spending so much more money on this year's roster than they did last year's roster.
The College Sports Commission is investigating whether a member of one of your institution's sports teams failed to report one or more third-party name, image, likeness deals in accordance with applicable rules. The CSC's head of investigations, Katie B. Medeiros, wrote to LSU athletic director Verge Ausberry. So does it even say that it's football? It does not even say that it's football. I'm going to assume that it is.
The image that they chose was a football helmet.
But I know how to get clickbait too, man.
Yeah.
I know how to get clicks. It's not hard. As previously indicated, the CSC has reached out to several schools to inform them of investigations into unreported NIL deals. A CSC spokesperson said, "We will not comment further at this time." No comment in here from LSU of any kind. They mentioned that the LSU was under scrutiny for the Damon Williams thing. Beyond that, there's not a lot of real information in here. But, again, I just want to point out, if you were just excited about Marty, who's an LSU fan, so hopefully it was for basketball. Fired with cause. We're good to go.
My question with the College Sports Commission has always been, under what authority? Mm-hmm. Because the House settlement did not create law. It didn't create law. There's not a new law that says that the colleges had, it was a settlement for a lawsuit. It was not Congress getting together and writing a new amendment to the Constitution. And I'm not a lawyer. I've tried to talk to as many as I can to learn about stuff like this. The College Sports Commission has always had as it's been described to me, kind of like a ticking time bomb of, okay, they can enforce this until somebody tells them, wait a minute, no you can't, and then takes them to court, and then it all blows up again. Mm-hmm. Because who didn't have a seat at the table during this settlement? The players. So the player in question, we don't know who it is yet, that got this NIL deal, if he or his institution gets in trouble and is harmed because of this, all the player has to say is, hey, judge, I'm a legal adult. I entered into an agreement with an entity of some kind, and they chose to pay me for whatever service that I told them that I would provide for them. Under what authority can somebody else tell me I can't enter into that agreement?
Right. That's the question we've always pointed at. That in America,
this is America.
That's why this is America. You're allowed to have jobs. So
I mean, that would be if I were Matt Moscona on the air right now. That would be my question: is okay, come at me, bro. I've got some lawyers that'll tell you can't, and then see what happens. And people get annoyed with that, and they should. I mean, lawyers shouldn't control the world, and agents shouldn't control the world in college sports, but they presently do until the commissioners get off their rear ends and actually do what needs to be done to actually fix this. Somebody on Twitter last night was like, you endorse this. I don't endorse it. I just know that the reality of the situation that everybody's in. I don't like that agents control all of college football. I don't like that lawyers control all of college football, but they do. So do you want me to lie to you or tell you that, hey, this is how it's going to be until somebody steps up and fix it? Or do you want me to pretend, please save us, NCAA, when they can't?
Right.
So, like with everything, I will believe something happens to LSU
when it happens
and not a second before. They are trying, though. By God, are they trying? Which, good on them, I guess.
Yeah.
But I saw that headline. It's funny, but you roll your eyes at it a little bit. It's okay.
You absolutely do, yeah. Like it's one of those things that gets you in. They got you click. And I'm not – look, Baker and Russo are both good journalists, right? I'm not saying they're clickbaiters, but at the same time, everybody clicked on that expecting to read that Lane Kiffin had been caught doing something.
Well, and that's just a matter of time. That's a ticking time bomb, too.
Wow.
But what can happen?
We shall see.
What can happen, Yeah. Nothing. That's why you can Do whatever you want in this era, because what's anybody going to do to you about it? Nothing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Will the SEC and Big Ten break away from the NCAA? I think that day is coming sooner and sooner. Chris says, there's always a chance for, we're back on the Winter Olympics thing, there's always a chance for a wipeout in winter sports. Not why I watch, just saying. Who doesn't remember the agony of defeat?
It's true. And like a skier wipes out, it's just more incredible to watch than, a runner just tripping.
Yeah.
It's just something incredible about it.
The half pipe, snowboard half pipe is pretty electric though.
Yeah, it's
when
awesome.
When you've got an American that is like his second, he's on his third run. Everybody's done. This is the last run of the event. And he is in second place by 0.2 of a point, and he's got to hit this one trick at the very end, and if he hits it, he wins a gold, and if he doesn't, he loses the gold. And so you watch the first 5 or 6 jumps, and then the announcers build up the crescendo of, all right, here it is. And I don't even know what the trick is. It looks kind of different than the other one, but I don't know why it's different. But I'm sitting on the edge of my couch like, and I'm yelling and screaming, and I have no idea why he did what he did or why it was good or different than the other guy, but it grabs me. It really grabs me.
It's awesome. That's what the Olympics are about, though, is about taking these sports that we don't see very often and making you absolutely, completely interested, completely bought in. Think about the simplicity of the 100-meter dash, right? It's a sprint.
Yeah.
That lasts, 9 to 10 seconds, and yet don't tell me you're not. It's kind of like the Kentucky Derby, like horse racing. There's horse racing available. You can watch horse racing every day of the year. Mm-hmm. There's not a day where there's not somebody running horses somewhere around the globe that you can watch and even bet money on. But the Kentucky Derby is different for some reason, and the Olympics are the same way. Like, we can go out right now and get 10 guys and run 100 and see how many of us die. I'd be one of them, but it's different when it's, Usain Bolt's about to run? All right, I'm watching.
Yeah. And then whatever American is going to challenge the fastest Jamaican, and their entire lives come down to a run that ends where one of them is this far in front of the other.
Yeah.
Their whole life.
They've trained their whole life for that moment, and the margin for error is that small.
It's incredible. Somebody says, what's your take on figure skating? I love it personally. I will watch it if it's on, but it's not one of my favorites. I do appreciate how talented they are. Mm-hmm. But that's the one, when the American's on, I'll watch. But when they're doing the other people, I just kind of I find myself looking down at my phone, and it doesn't grab me the way that the bobsledding grabs me.
Right.
The hockey though is what is it about hockey, Haydad, that makes people like me primal? I turn into a savage.
Well, it's just the fighting. It's that that fighting is legal. So
in the hitting and. The Summer Olympics basketball does not grab me the way the Winter Olympics hockey does. When I'm watching Team USA basketball, I'm just kind of indifferent about it. But when I'm watching the American hockey team, I
that's the other thing too with you is your love of country.
Oh man,
so
it does get me. Gosh, I've seen the United States national team play a few times in my life, and there is something about wearing a jersey that has USA on it, and you're about to watch USA play, and the national anthem is playing, that hits different.
Yeah.
It really does.
I get it.
It really does. You know what else hits different? Haydad's interview with Justin Parker, the pitching coach at Mississippi State. Hopefully nobody hits different against Mississippi State. There you go. There's a cheesy transition for you. But you'll hear that conversation when we come back. 14 days away from first pitch, and the pitching coach of Mississippi State baseball will be on your radio when we come back.
From the Seabrook.com.
SuperTalk Mississippi.
Introducing to you
SportsTalk Mississippi.
You knew this was coming. There is a former NBA player, and I mean he actually played in the NBA, that has lawyered up and is trying to get college eligibility back. We'll talk about that later. You knew this was coming. Somebody was going to do it, but this is ridiculous, and it needs to end now. What is not ridiculous is pitching under Justin Parker at Mississippi State. He sat down with Haydad a little bit earlier to talk about that this upcoming season and more. He joined Haydad on the Farm Bureau Guest Line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team, Mississippi Farm Bureau. Here's Haydad and State pitching coach Justin Parker.
Coach, good to have you back on with us. You know, Chris Lemonis was a hitting coach by trade. Brian O'Connor is a pitching coach by trade. So you're here with him. What's that relationship like when you're working with the head coach, who is also by nature a pitching coach?
Man, it's been awesome so far. You know, just really good foresight for balance. You know, I feel like, you know, and I think the construction of most staffs certainly that I've ever been a part of, it's weighted a little different, you know, where it's more heavily on the offensive side. You have the hitting guys, you have the defensive guys, and then, you know, on the pitching side, you're over here on an island a little bit. Mm-hmm. But the foresight to understand balance and how to integrate, you know, both groups and share the field on field time, you know, with picks and PFPs and things like that. It's really been awesome. I mean, it's you know, he's as impressive as you know, as everybody has said, and of course now just working with him for a short period of time, it's really easy to see.
So you use that word balance. You look back a season ago, when you talk about left-handed arms, after Pico, you didn't really have a lot of guys you could rely on there. Do you feel like you have more balance in this staff between righty and lefty?
Yeah, and I, you know, I love this group. It's a young group. It's a little bit of inexperienced, but that also is the exciting part. And some of the left-handers, you know, I guess probably all of them, you know, are either freshmen or sophomores, mm-hmm. unless I'm missing somebody. But that part makes it really, really exciting, and just gives you flexibility. This is a league that you know, that'll exploit your weaknesses, and there's going to be weekends you probably are fairly right-handed out of your pen. There's going to be a ton of weekends where, you know, those lefties are getting a ton of runs. So it just gives us options, and that group has developed and are working hard, and I like where they're at.
We're obviously projecting, but when you look at the lineup for Mississippi State, I mean, there's a lot of pop in that lineup, and it should be one of the best offenses in college baseball. When you have an offense like that and you know, okay, week in, week out, we're going to put up runs, does that change the way you coach and the way you handle the bullpen and things like that?
You know, honestly, not really. It's nice to have, you know, it's nice to feel like that. But, you know, the urgency to come out and attack and set the tone, whether it be in the first inning, you know, of any game or on Friday night of a series, like it doesn't change the fact that, you know, our identity still is the tone setter. You know, because whether or not, you know, we're scoring runs and we're hitting, or, you know, it takes a little longer, like sometimes those nerves take a while to settle in, and it's the advantage to the pitcher on both sides early, you know, especially in this league. So the mentality for us is no different. It is nice to know that, you know, we have combinations, we have experience, we have age, we have guys that have seen the fight. I think that's the hardest thing to predict and project, you know, on paper. It looks one way, but, you know, having guys, you know, a handful of guys that have been through the league, know what it's like night in and night out, know the competition at home, know what it's like on the road, the environments, know the strike zones, know the umpires, know what it's like to go at times 1 for 7 or 2 for 12 and still be able to play winning baseball in other areas. Like those things are hard to find on a stat sheet or a box score, or, you know, certainly as we're scouting things, you know, potentially even in the portal, like those are the hardest things. And we have a group of guys that have been through that. So not only do you feel like they're a little bit more prepared, but I think they can share in their experiences with a lot of the other guys in the younger group too.
When you look ahead to like opening weekend, and again, this is something that, because I'm in the media, I'm going to project these kind of things. But you look at that team and you're playing Hofstra and you think, okay, they should have an opportunity to play a lot of guys. And so you get, you know, you can throw guys out there in different roles. How quickly do you feel like you have a handle on what your guys' roles to be. How quickly into the season do you think, okay, these are my weekend guys, this is my bullpen guys, here's my midweek guys? How quickly does that come for you?
Man, I think it's just independent of the group. I think it's independent of the group. And, when you look at the schedule, the way it is now in the SEC, playing the Thursday night slates, playing the Easter weekend, you have the ability to make decisions, whether you want to hold true, keep the same order, or, potentially even give a guy a blow and start your fourth starter on Thursday. So, I'm really excited about the depth and the youth and the talent of this pitching staff. But I think also with that comes probably just protecting guys at times and making sure there's not too much on their plate, especially right out of the chute. From a volume standpoint, a little bit, to make sure we're at our best down the stretch. But a little bit, too competitively, just making sure that they're put in the spots to be able to have success, grow confidence, and then just be able to graduate roles, at the appropriate time. I'm a firm believer, and I think this holds true individually too. All these kids, they come to Mississippi State because they want to do two things. They want to win a national championship collectively, and they want to put themselves individually in the best position to play at the next level and become a major leaguer. Okay. And to do that, if you reverse engineer the process, to do that, you have to be a guy that, come May, but on the back half of April and May, you're pitching at your best, both in front of the scouting community, but also just when you think about our group and what our goals are as a team, both of those things align to put our guys in the best position to do that. Not to say that opening weekend is not important or the preseason is not important, but you're trying to trend as a group to be at your best when it matters the most. And so all those things in mind, just putting guys in the right spots. I think we are versatile. I love a lot of the personalities. I think this goes unnoticed a lot of times. We have a lot of selfless personalities where, I've been coach staffs where everyone's a starter. And in this group, man, I got guys like Ben Davis and Tyler Pitzer and Brennan Sweeney and some of the older guys that have been through it a little bit, and can certainly start and may start, but they say, Coach, I want the ball. Give me the ball when the game's on the line, and I want it a couple times a week. And whatever you choose to do, and whatever you guys do as a staff, I'm all in. So that part's refreshing and makes it fun to coach.
Let's talk about some of the individual guys, and we'll start with Tomas Valinkas. What's the scouting report on this guy? Can he be a Friday night guy? Can he be the guy that you put out there on Friday and say, beat him if you can?
Well, I think Friday night and when you think about roles, for me, Friday night and closer is just as much about competitive makeup as it is about stuff in arsenal. Mm-hmm. So he certainly checks that box. First and foremost, elite competitor. He's pitched and held up on the weekends at the Power 4 level, so you have a little bit of experience there. It helps that he's left-handed. He can handle the run game and the short game. He's probably one of our most versatile guys in just being able to play team defense. I know that's probably something that not a lot of people necessarily think about first when they think about, what makes an elite pitcher, but it's certainly a part of it. He's elite in the run game. And he's really, really good in the short game and the bunt game. So I think he definitely has all the ingredients, to compete for that.
Let's talk about the guys then who came back for you this year. McPherson, Stone, Foster, Davis. Are they ready to take that jump and be basically the foundation of this pitching staff?
Man, I love what I've seen so far. You never really know until you see it out there, but everything, going back to what they did in the summer, how they trained, how they came together as a group, what they look like in the fall, how they went about their off season, how early they came back and started to train together, how close they are as a group. It really looks like they are. So I'm excited. Several of them, Duke Stone, Charlie Foster, all of them, but those two specifically look like different guys. Different guys physically, different guys from a confidence level. They're more prepared. They've gone through a little bit of hardship, which I think helps if you can afford to. You're always trying to win the game tonight, but sometimes guys individually have to go through some hardship to kind of figure it out. Both of them are kind of, to me, on the other side of that, and they've looked, terrific so far.
So that is about half of the long conversation that Haydad had with Justin Parker, the head pitching coach at Mississippi State. If you want to hear the entire thing, it's on the Thunder and Lightning podcast feed, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're an Ole Miss fan looking for more exclusive Ole Miss content, wherever you get your podcast, just search Rebel Report. We are growing in all areas. Got a couple emails this week to highlight just that. And, buddy, we are just taking off. And it has nothing to do with hard work. It has everything to do with you guys and wanting a part of what we do. So check that out there. What did you learn in that interview?
I'll be honest. The only thing I learned, and if you're not going to play the rest of it, I would suggest you check it out. I asked him about Jack Bauer, and I thought I was going to get the answer of like, well, he's got a long way to go, a lot of potential, blah, blah, blah. He made it sound like that guy could play a big role this year. And if that's the case, a left-hander throwing 100 miles an hour, that's just another, weapon for Mississippi State. So if he can play, that's going to be something to watch.
I mean, that's crazy. Need to see that in person. I'm going to spend time at the left field line. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Make it happen.
And if my shirt stays on, it'll be a minor miracle.
Well, there you go.
Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
From the Venable Glass Traffic Center, look for heavy congestion eastbound 20 at State Street. Also look for congestion Highway 80 at Flowood Drive. Otherwise, traffic is flowing pretty smooth elsewhere. Please buckle up and drive safe. This update brought to you by River Trust Federal Credit Union. With early direct deposit from River Trust FCU, your paycheck can arrive up to 2 days early. Whether it's paying bills or treating yourself, early direct deposit ensures your money's ready when you are. Visit our website or give us a call to get started. Federally insured by NCUA.
This portion of Sports Talk Mississippi is sponsored by Coleman Taylor Transmission, servicing Central Mississippi for over 60 years. Their ASE certified technicians offer dependable transmission services, a warranty, and record services. Call Coleman Taylor today for all your transmission needs.
Well, it's time for the greatest show on dirt. Southern Ag Credit presents the 61st annual Dixie National Livestock Show and Rodeo, February 13th through 21st. And this year we're celebrating America 250 with the traditions that make our nation strong. World-class rodeo action, steer wrestling, bull riding, barrel racing, alongside premier livestock shows, 4-H and FFA, open show exhibitors from across the country. So get your tickets now at DixieNational.org. I'm Andy Gibson, and I'll see y'all at the Dixie National.
Hey, this is Bob, and if you're like me, you like dealing with local people. Majestic Metals was founded in Mississippi in 1954 and are headquartered right in Gluckstadt. For complete metal building systems and steel roofing and siding, call the hometown folks. Majestic Metals, 800-647-8540 or online at majesticmetalsinc.com.
When love requires a gift, nothing says it better than Albritton's. Since 1920, we've been part of your family. From weddings and anniversaries to holidays, we've been there for every special occasion. At Albritton's, we value your trust. Every gift, whether large or small, is a reflection of our commitment to quality and excellence. There's a reason we're still Mississippi's foremost diamond merchant. Let us show you why. Albritton's Jewelry, 4460 Old Canton Road in Jackson.
Albritton's Jewelers.
Cold weather is coming, and before the heating unit in your home goes south, be sure you contact our friends at Pure Air Consultants, your local day and night dealer. Tony and his team of professionals at Pure Air Consultants have been serving Central Mississippi for more than 21 years. You too can become one of the many satisfied customers who choose to use Pure Air Consultants, your locally owned and operated day and night dealer. Visit the website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Grammy Museum, Mississippi is thrilled to announce the opening of a groundbreaking new exhibit in January. The Killer, the Preacher, and the Cowboy. The legacies of Jerry Lee Lewis, Jimmy Swaggart, and Mickey Gilley. Opening Thursday, January 22nd. Come celebrate three cousins who left an indelible mark on American culture and whose stories continue to inspire generations. Sponsored by Sun Records and Visit Mississippi. To purchase tickets or to learn more about this exhibit and other events, visit GrammyMuseumMS.org.
Hey y'all, football season is finally here. To avoid delays on the road to game day, be sure to download the M.Traffic mobile app or visit m.traffic.com, where you can get real-time updates on crashes, closures, and construction. To reach the end zone, M.Dot encourages safe driving. That means buckle up, obey the speed limit, and avoid distracted driving, especially in work zones. For more information, follow @Mississippi DOT on Facebook, X, and Instagram.
yourself a cup of coffee and get the Magnolia State's most important news of the day. Mornings with Richard Cross on Super Talk, Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi continues.
Copyright violations going to be on today's YouTube.
I'll have to just cut them all out.
Cut them all out.
Amari Bailey played 10 games in the NBA. 10 NBA games. Not G League games. NBA games. He played at UCLA. He is trying to come back to college, or he's trying to become the first basketball player to return to college after playing in real NBA games. He's 21. He's hired an agent and a lawyer to prepare to fight for NCAA eligibility with hopes to join a college team and play one more season. He said he started to explore a return to college earnestly in 2025, but has wondered whether there is a way back since the day he was drafted in 2023. He said he made some mistakes as an 18-year-old freshman.
Great job by the team who drafted him. As soon as you drafted him, he was like, what do I got to do to get out of here? Get back to college.
Let's see, he can't get on the court because he's not good enough.
Yeah.
He said he made some mistakes as an 18-year-old freshman and left UCLA with a lot to prove left on the table. He says, right now I'd be a senior in college, Bailey told ESPN. I'm not trying to be 27 years old playing college athletics. No shade to the guys that do. That's their journey. But I went to go play professionally and learned a lot, went through a lot. So, why not me? Played one season at UCLA before entering the draft, where he was selected by the Hornets in the second round, played in 10 games during his rookie season on a two-way contract, and spent 2 years in the G League before being cut this summer. So this is a guy that tried, couldn't cut it, wants to come back. I'm not a lawyer, don't know how, Bediako at Alabama can continue playing when he doesn't have an Alabama donor judge ruling in his favor. Who's going to stop them? I don't know. This has to stop. This has to stop. It has to, because think about what this opens up. Think about what it opens up. Chris Pupal back at Ole Miss next year.
Well, it goes back to what I said the other day. LeBron on a lark could just be like, I always wanted to play college basketball. I always wanted to play in the NCAA tournament.
Meanwhile, by the way, so you've got that going on, and then you've got this story out of Oklahoma. Owen Heineke was denied an extra year of eligibility, plays football at Oklahoma. He was looking for his fourth year of football. His fourth year of football. You might be wondering, wait, what? He's a walk-on at Oklahoma. He played 3 games of lacrosse at Ohio State in 2021. And apparently, the NCAA didn't play in 2022, but he played 3 games of lacrosse in 21. And the NCAA is claiming that started his clock. In 2022, didn't play at all. And his 3 seasons in 23, 24, and 25 have exhausted his eligibility, and he cannot play college football anymore. But yet you've got former pros playing basketball, and you've got Carson Beck being in the same recruiting class as quarterbacks that played in the NFL playoffs, him getting 7th years. A Miami player's got an 8th year. You've got 6th-year players all over the place. But a guy that's played 3 years can't get one, and now you're going to let an NBA player back in college. Watch, this dude's going to win. Watch. He's going to get some injunction. He'll file it in the right court, and he'll get at least temporary.
This has to be one where the coaches come together and go, no. But I'm sure Nate Oates will sign him.
You've got to say no to this. Like you said, even if a judge lets them, you have to collectively, as the sport, come together and say, guys, no, you can't. This can't happen. But if it does, buddy, wait. Just wait until you see Mississippi State baseball and Ole Miss baseball's roster next year. Chris Paul made a mistake declaring for the NFL, I think. He would have gotten more money, more guarantees staying at Ole Miss. He can come back. Yeah. What do you? The going rate for an All-American linebacker now? Woo.
Be high.
He'll make a killing. Doesn't matter that he was on the practice squad.
It's got to be, Marty's right, it's got to be an age limit. It's just got to be straight up 23. That's the end.
You're done.
Yeah.
Something. This cannot be allowed.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of yapping, because I don't like people that complain without offering solutions. It's the thing that I hate the most about coaches. Oh, we got to have rules. Okay, coach, how do you get them? I hate that, and I'm being that guy right now because I'm not offering a this is how you stop it solution.
Right.
But you have to stop this. An NBA player coming back to college.
Really is something to think about.
Blame the commissioners and the university presidents that have allowed this to go on. It is their fault that they've gotten to this point. Oh, man. What a world. After the news, we'll get to the college football fix driven by Ford. We are Sports Talk Mississippi. Don't go anywhere.
From the flatlands of Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi.
Every minute worth waiting for.
Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Borky and Haydad with you. So glad that you guys are with us. You know what time it is. It's time for the college football fix.
The college football fix is driven by your Mississippi Ford dealers. Built Ford Tough. That's the best-selling truck in America for over 50 years. That's the Ford F-150. Don't mess around. If you're looking for a new truck, there's only one place to go. That's your Mississippi Ford dealers. Thank you for your attention in this matter.
All right, so the news is slowing down a little bit in the college football world, although LSU being investigated by the College Sports Commission. What does that mean? We don't know. What's it about? We don't know, other than they unreported NIL deals. They're just waiting for the check to clear through the cancer research charity to go to the players. They'll get that worked out. They'll figure that out. But no, LSU's the first team being investigated after the House settlement, apparently for not reporting NIL deals. We'll see. Copy and paste the response from any NCAA thing, money, NIL, tampering, transfer, whatever, over the last 5 years, and just apply it to this case as well. We'll believe it when we see it. But that is the news out there. How about a stat of the day, though?
All right.
As you know, Indiana just completed a pretty impressive national championship winning season. They have been one of the worst programs in all of college football. They just won a title. Mm-hmm. This stat is a reminder of where Indiana came from, but also who is left behind in that realm. And I want to ask you who's next. So this is just every Power 4 school's last 10-win season.
Okay.
You had a bunch of them in 2025. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 10-win seasons this year in college football. Then you've got a lot from 2024, some from 2023, and so on. Some of these brands in some of these years are surprising. Florida's last one, that's not surprising, 2019.
Yeah, Mullen.
Dan Mullen. Pitt and Wake Forest and Michigan State and Kentucky and Baylor have had 10-win seasons more recently than that of Florida. Ugh. Auburn's last 10-win season was 2017.
They won the West that year. Somehow Alabama won the national title, but Auburn won the SEC West.
That was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Approaching 9.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by this. I knew that one.
Virginia Tech's 2016 is their last 10-win season.
Fuente won 10 games there? Is that Fuente?
Apparently so. Mississippi State's obviously 2014. Their last 10-win season. South Carolina's, hey, Dad.
2013.
2013.
Last year, Connor Shaw was there.
Connor Shaw.
Maybe one of the most underrated players in the history of the SEC. He won like 30 games.
He was awesome.
He was great.
Nebraska, 2012 for Nebraska.
Bo Pelini. They got tired of going 10-4 every year.
Now they've got Matt Rule to go 7-5 again.
Yeah.
Arkansas, guess the year.
It's 2011. It's Petrino's last year.
2011 is the last time Arkansas won 10 games. That program, man. I don't know if irrelevant is hard to make that the right word because it's an SEC program, but man, they have fallen into the depths of irrelevancy. Ask the random college football fan on the street across the country, who's Arkansas's new head coach?
Oh, yeah. They wouldn't know.
They wouldn't know.
Yeah.
All right, here's where it gets really bad. When's Boston College's last 10-win season?
Oh, gosh. Is it like 07?
2007, you nailed it.
Yeah, it's Matt Ryan, isn't it?
Kansas's is also 2007.
Yeah, Mangino's still there.
Can you guess Cal's?
I'm going to guess 04.
2006, good guess. That's also Rutgers's.
That's after Aaron Rodgers. So is that Jared Goff maybe? I don't know.
It's got to be Goff, right?
No, Goff didn't come out in 07. That's not right.
You don't think Goff's been in the league 10 years?
It's 25, man. I don't think he's been in the league 18 years.
2006, the Cal Bears football team. Let's see, they got all the way up. They finished the year at number 14.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who their coach was? Can you guess?
Jeff Tedford.
Jeff Tedford.
I wouldn't even guess. I knew that one.
They lost at Tennessee to open the season.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can find a quarterback.
It might be Kyle Bowler. Kyle Bowler?
So I only have, I've got to get to their stats, but their quarterbacks were Kyle Reed, Nate Longshore, Kevin Riley, Corey Smits, and Brian Van Meter.
It wasn't Bowler. Okay. So their leading passer was Longshore. He threw for 3,000 yards.
But guess who their running back was?
Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn.
Yeah. And so was Justin Forsett. And Deshaun Jackson. That was a really good team.
As it turns out, yes.
Yeah.
Maryland, 2003.
That's Friedgen still there. Jack, that's a offensive coordinator, assistant head coach in waiting, James Franklin, probably.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Talk about Maryland screwing the pooch. Like, Friedgen was there. He's winning games. All he wants is for his guy to take over, and they don't do it, so he goes to Vanderbilt, and look what happened.
This one, considering how good their head coach has been, good is a relative term, very consistent. NC State's last 10-win season was 2002.
Wow. I mean, Doran, former Ole Miss head coach Dave Doran, has been he's like a 7-8 win head coach.
He wins 8 games a year.
Yeah.
But he's never
to it.
Hey, Dad, he's never had the 1 year where he gets 10.
Where he just jumps up, yeah.
So that was Russell Wilson, I assume, 2002. Or is that Rivers?
No, Rivers. That is Rivers. That is Rivers. That's Rivers as a junior.
Every Power 4 school, at least since Y2K, has had a 10-win season except for one. And it is the Purdue Boilermakers.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
Guess the year.
99?
1979.
No way. They didn't win when Drew Brees was there? They didn't win 10 games?
1979.
I got to check. I got to check your math, board.
Purdue, last one.
Purdue. 1999. They didn't ever. Then with Kyle Orton there, they didn't do it. Wow. 1999, they went. I'm right. They went 7-5. Wow,
Isn't that crazy?
That's Breeze's last year. No, he was there in 2000. So they went 8-4. Wow.
They won 9 games in 2021.
Yeah. They won 9 in 98 and 97. That's Breeze.
In 2003 as well. And
I got to look at that 79 team.
They went 10-2 that year.
They went 10-2, 9-2 in the regular season. 9-2 in the regular season. Think about a 9-2 Big Ten team right now, right? You're talking about probably the 5 seed?
Yeah.
They went to the Blue Bonnet Bowl.
And they won.
Good
for them.
They beat Tennessee.
So among the bottom, so you've got, I'll give you the last category. So 2016, well, Northwestern and Auburn are 2017, but 2016 is Colorado, Stanford, Virginia Tech, West Virginia, 15 North Carolina, 14 Georgia Tech, State, UCLA, 13 Duke, and I've told you the rest. What team from that group will be or can be the most likely to be the next Indiana to come from historical nothing to win a championship?
I can't call Virginia Tech a historical nothing. They have played for a national title. Yeah. But with James Franklin there in the ACC, that's a dangerous team. They could easily get back into the mix.
They're invested in them, too. Yeah. Like, he's got some resources behind him.
Yeah, exactly. So that's probably the easy answer. Give me the other schools.
West Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia Tech, UCLA, Duke, and then South Carolina, Nebraska, and so on.
I heard a rumor that Jordan Hudson and Bill Belichick broke up.
No.
I heard that rumor. If that's the case, I'm taking North Carolina to win the national title next year.
If those
12-0. If those two lovers can't make it, what hope is there for any of us?
No hope for us.
But if that is indeed true, I'm telling you right now, Belichick he's going to be locked in. Like, we're on to Duke. I mean, he is going to be as locked in as a coach has ever been. They will go 12-0 next year.
Did they really break up?
I saw a tweet about it.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Let me see if I can find some more info.
I believed in those two.
No, you didn't.
I did. I thought they were going to make it.
I can't tell if they are together or not. This may have been a. Okay, yeah, it was satire. Never mind. False alarm.
Well, she's going to stick with it until he croaks.
Right? Yeah. She's getting that. She's getting that inheritance. So, all right. When we come back, brace yourselves. It's time to preview the biggest sporting event of the weekend, the Royal Rumble, live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I'll have you my thoughts on that when we come back at Sports Talk Mississippi.
From the
check this out. Sports Talk Mississippi. Super Talk Mississippi.
Say, Borky. Yeah! This Saturday, 1 o'clock is the start for the Royal Rumble. Normally a Saturday evening event, but they will be doing it in Saudi Arabia. Why, you ask? Because the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia pays WWE millions upon millions of dollars to bring these events.
Is there sports washing through WWE also?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
They tried
Big
golf,
time.
and
Dude,
golf kind of swung and missed.
They have like 2 or 3 events there a year. It's always interesting in Saudi when the women wrestle, because if you're watching any kind of women's wrestling, they wear they're not wearing bikinis out there, but they are, dressed, to accentuate their attractiveness in such a way, right? Not in Saudi. They'll all be dressed like the Power Rangers. They're all fully clothed,
really,
no skin showing whatsoever. You see their face. That's about it. So I will not lie to you guys if you're listening. I'm not a huge WWE person any longer. This is the part of the year where I get back into it, because this is the Royal Rumble is the first step on the road to WrestleMania. WrestleMania is just such an event. And now that the pricing, we've talked about it, It's so out of control. I know that I'll never go, so I just enjoy watching it. Now, you have to find, you know how like some places do like who the odds to be the next coach of whatever, like the day after a job comes out. These aren't really reputable. You can't bet on FanDuel for the Royal Rumble because it is a predetermined. Some people have asked me about this. I did the research. Because it's predetermined, because there is such a large potential for bad actors.
Yeah, people know the outcome.
There are people. There's a core group of people, maybe 100 people or so, who know right now who's going to win this match. Now, that doesn't mean that an injury could happen and they have to make a change on the fly, and it has happened like that before. But,
really?
Oh, yeah, because what are you going to do? Guy breaks his leg in the middle of the match. You can't win.
So, can you give an example?
There was a match in AEW where it was for the championship, and the champ legitimately got knocked out and didn't kick out.
Oh, no.
He didn't kick out. So the rule is, the rule for the ref is count at 3, and we'll worry about it tomorrow. We'll fix it tomorrow. But what can you do in that situation? Yeah. So, the favorite I'm looking at betonline.ag. Now, again, not the most, reputable site. The favorite is Roman Reigns to win this. I think that's a sucker bet. I don't think Reigns is winning this at all.
Why not?
I think that, one, he's the guy who doesn't have to have the belt to have a following. But I think that they want to put Reigns has been in the main event of WrestleMania, I think 7 straight years. As the champion for 4 of them. I think it's just time for another one. Now, I guess he wasn't last year, but no, he was. He was on the Saturday night main event, the triple threat with him and Punk and Rollins. I think they're ready to move. They want to go a different direction. The guy that I think is going to win is the second favorite, and that's Braun Breaker. Now, Braun Breaker, if you're familiar with the name Scott Steiner, do you know that name at all, Borky? Or Rick Stein? They wrestled in the 80s and 90s, brothers. Scott now owns a Shoney's outside of Cartersville, Georgia. I have stopped there, and I met his brother there. So they're former tag team champions. His son played in the NFL for a little while, had a cup of coffee in the NFL.
This dude looks like he played in the NFL.
Who, Scott?
The Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker did play in the NFL.
Yeah, okay.
He did play in the NFL.
Fullback, yeah, he looks like one.
Yeah,
Goodness.
dude, he is a monster athlete. I think it's his time to go to the top. That's my pick to win. I like L.A. Knight. Somebody mentions him on the text line. One of my favorite wrestlers right now out there is L.A. Knight. Love his character. Could see him going over. I don't think Cody Rhodes goes over here. The name I found interesting. So the first 6 names are well-established stars on the betting odds. The seventh favorite, number 4 plus 1,400, is Obafemi. Obafemi, look this guy up, Borky, former shot putter at the University of Alabama. He is a monster.
Goodness.
He is a lot of fun. I enjoy watching him wrestle. I don't think he wins it. He could be the guy that gets a bunch of eliminations, though, and they build him up as the monster. So what the Royal Rumble is, if you're listening, you don't know what it is a 30-man battle royal. It starts with 2 men in the ring. It's called WWE time. It's supposed to be, I think, every 3 minutes, but sometimes they go quicker and sometimes they stretch it out, just depending. There's no real clock on it. Another person enters, and you just keep going until there's only one person left. Once you throw somebody over the top rope, they are eliminated.
Okay, so you don't have to tap out. If you get thrown out,
you get thrown out. There's no pinfall. There's no submission. You have to be thrown over the top rope. And you can have 10, 12 guys in the ring at the same time. 3 other matches on the card. You have the Women's Royal Rumble, which I mentioned earlier. Again, I haven't kept up with WWE enough to tell you about it. You have the WWE Championship on the line, Drew McIntyre against Sami Zayn. That's a weird one.
So these are like the undercards?
Yeah. McIntyre won the title a month ago off of Cody Rhodes. This is his first, I think this is his first real defense. And then you have the match I'm really interested in is AJ Styles versus Gunther, which is a career match. If AJ Styles loses, he has to retire. Now, Gunther last month in Saturday night's main event, he beat John Cena in Cena's final match, made him tap out. And so they have built Gunther up as this monster heel, this monster bad guy. I think he's going to get another scalp here. He's going to retire AJ Styles. And, I mean, everybody just hates this guy at this point. I mean, what's to like about this guy? He's German. He's foreign. He nobody likes him. He really does a good job of embracing.
I love the way you put that. He's German. He's foreign. Nobody likes him.
He's German.
We don't like him.
We don't like him. He's not American. I like Cody Rhodes. He's the American nightmare. I'm the American dream, not his father. So anyway, Gunther is probably getting built to be the next really big bad guy, and he embraces it too. He loves being the bad guy. He loves to talk smack about how he made John Cena tap out. It's great. So 1 o'clock is when this is supposed to start. It'll probably run to about 4 or 5 o'clock. That Royal Rumble match. I mean, you got 30 guys, and so what we do is we gamble on this, allegedly, and you bring. I think you put it's $40. There's 3 pots. There's the winner. There's who eliminates the most other wrestlers.
And marijuana.
And there's not that kind of pot. And who lasts the longest.
What's going on at the Haydad house tomorrow?
Well, it's at Robbie's house, but it's the one who lasts the longest. And so the big pot goes to the guy who wins the Rumble, which my daughter won last year. She was so stoked to win. And then, we keep track of when they come into the ring, how long they stay, how many people they threw out, and you can win money that way. So it's a lot of fun. We do it every year. Also of note, you can also bet on who will be the final entrant into the Royal Rumble. And the odds-on favorite for that is Chris Jericho, who may be returning to WWE. I'm sure you know that name, Borky.
I know the name.
Old school wrestler, has been away, has been in AEW for the past few years, but appears like he's about to make his return to WWE. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him as the last one. If you want to place a value bet, you can put $50,000 on R-Truth or Omos to win it, but I wouldn't go there. That's just a waste of money. Really, outside of like 10 guys, that's the only people who have a chance to be. But I will say this, it is more wide open than it's been in years past. Last year, I thought there were 3 people who could have won. This year, there are like 8 or 9 guys that if they won and they said, we're going to build around them, I wouldn't be completely surprised by it. They do have, I don't think they have more top superstars. They just have more guys that you can talk yourself into being main eventers than they've had in years past. So, a lot of fun. And like I said, this is what's the word I'm looking for here? The first, this is step 1. And then, in 3 months in April, we'll be talking about WrestleMania back in Las Vegas. I looked that up the other day. I was telling Borky about it. The 2 best seats that are available for both nights, you're 1 row from ringside, $46,000 for the ticket. But you do get 2 nights out of it.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, great value there.
Really is when you think about it, though. So how do they dictate who's going to be good? The crowd kind of dictates that. Like, who does the crowd respond to? Who are they buying the shirts of? Who are they buying the merch of? Who are we putting on the marquee and they say they show up to, if you put Wrestler X on the marquee and they don't sell a lot of tickets, but you put Wrestler Y on and we sell out the building, well, we need to push Wrestler Y. So that's how that works.
Yeah, you ultimately have to kind of not be a salesman, but the salesmen need to sell you then, is what you're saying.
Exactly. I mean, it's just the same as any other entertainment out there that you can find. You like what you like, and then they market to what you like.
Well, Monster Jam New Orleans better have Zombie because that's what we are. We are zombie people
Zombie
right
FC.
now. And if Zombie does not show up
Zombie
to Monster
United.
Jam, whew,
there you go.
buddy, somebody's going to be mad. But
all right.
Our text line actually blew up, so we're going to read these when we come back.
My pick for the Royal Rumble is Braun Breaker. Robbie picked Seth Rollins, whose music you heard coming into the...
Braun Breaker looks cooler.
Dude, Braun Breaker is a beast. So much fun.
Royal Rumble talk. Why not? 2 weeks until baseball. We got to have fun on this show sometimes. We'll be back.
From the Seabrook
You're hearing Sports Talk Mississippi.
What? This is so
awesome on Super Talk Mississippi.
It's clobbering time.
Is that what he does?
Yeah.
Taps it.
Well, he has an imaginary watch. Doesn't actually wear a watch to the ring. That would be a
so
big
he
watch.
and Shador just
that's kind of the same. Not really though. Punk is a big Chicago guy. Bears, Blackhawks, Cubs.
The Bears.
Bulls. Yeah, he loves
Did you see
Chicago.
Todd Monken? They filmed him meeting Shador for for the first time. I think they met in the draft process, but he dropped in I tried to draft you last year, and maybe one day we'll sit down and talk about that. And they both laughed about it, but you know what he's making reference to? The Ravens were told,
"Oh yeah, not to draft him
by his dad
because he wants to sit behind Lamar."
Yeah. And Todd Monken was like, I wanted to draft you, so maybe we'll talk about that one day.
Yeah.
Which was like, your dad's not coming into my locker room.
Yeah, that's what he's saying there, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so to the text line we go.
I will try to answer as many as I can.
L.A. Knight going to win the Rumble, somebody says.
It could happen. He's among the betting favorites.
Josh says, Braun Breaker played for the Ravens, played at Kennesaw State. How about that? Scott's son is a tight end for Jacksonville State on a WWE NIL deal.
So WWE NIL is a scouting program that they find athletes who they think can be who are interested in pro wrestling, and once they help them in college, and then when they leave college, they go to training camp. That's how Anriel Howard got into WWE, and she is now becoming a bigger star. She could be a big part of the Women's Royal Rumble as Lash Legend.
Lash Legend.
Yeah, great name. Fits her too.
Is Gable Stevenson? Is he in that program?
It didn't work. Like he didn't
have a personality.
He didn't have the personality for it. So yeah,
I've listened to a few. If you guys aren't familiar with him, he's the Olympic
elite wrestler.
Yeah.
So. And
I heard some he did Pardon My Take, and if you can't loosen up with those guys and put out a good interview, you're just a square. So somebody says Cody Rhodes, wrestling is fake. They know who the winner will be.
Yes, that's true about a lot of TV shows.
I'm watching Vikings right now. I know who the winner will be there too.
There you go, exactly.
Leif Erikson.
There you go.
How do they dictate who's going to be? You already answered that. Is Sheamus still a thing?
He is. Yeah, he'll be in the Royal Rumble.
He's the Irish guy, right?
Yeah, he was at. So when I went to the Premier League Fan Fest a couple years ago in Nashville, he was there. He is a diehard Liverpool fan.
Huh.
So, and a massive human being.
He was on College Game Day, wasn't he?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah, ESPN, their partnership with wrestling is so weird to hear Jesse Palmer talking about. Of course, Joe, what's his name? The announcer. Joe
C.
Joe C. No, Joe C is the athletic director. What's his name? Joe Tess does Friday Night SmackDown. So
he's perfect for that.
I'm pretty sure that there was an ESPN program they had Seth Rollins on and spoiled that he's returning at the Royal Rumble. So not great.
Dwayne says, flying out of South Bend now, since it's a picture, by the way. Notre Dame Stadium highlighted. Sure enough, there it is.
There it is.
And he says, am I the first person to text from an airplane? You're actually not.
No,
you are not the first one.
We've had a few.
We appreciate you nonetheless. Bo wants to know where Stone Cold is these days.
He's been retired for years.
I mean, he does have a pretty iconic crash in the...
Yeah. So let's do a podcast with him just the other day, and he's living the good life. He lives in Nevada now.
He's a big wine guy, isn't he?
He has become a big wine guy, which is hilarious considering all the beer he drank. But yeah, he likes the grape now.
Yeah, there's videos of him the dumb thing that. Okay, I was about to be insulting. I was going to say, the dumb thing that wine people do, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. But they pour it and they spin it in the glass and they smell it. And they spin it in the glass and they smell it and do all that. Yeah, he does that.
Okay, well, more power to him.
I have been to a wine tasting.
Of course, I'm not a big fan of his because he blocked me on Twitter.
What'd you say?
I've never told the story of why I'm blocked by Stone Cold.
What'd you say?
So one day I looked at the podcast rankings and mine was ahead of his. So I just made there's a GIF of him where he goes like that, like he's surprised. So I was like, when Stone Cold sees that Brian Haydad's ahead of him in the podcast rankings. That's all I said, right?
So his social media manager is soft.
So fast forward to March 16th. 316. I always wished him a happy 316, Austin 316, right? And I'm like, why is it not popping up? And I looked, and he had blocked me. So, yes, that thin-skinned rattlesnake blocked me on Twitter. And then Brandon Walker interviewed him. I was like, Brandon, get him to unblock me on Twitter. And he forgot to do it.
Of course he did. So. Of course he did.
I was always more of a rock guy.
You smell what he's cooking?
I do smell what he's cooking.
Eternal hate for the guy being the downfall of Triple H and Generation X, somebody says.
The downfall. For who?
I don't know. You're the wrestling guy.
About Sheamus?
I don't know.
Oh.
I have no idea. I'm just along for the ride right now.
Yeah, before 6-7 was a thing. It was D-Generation X. It was the... Everybody knows what it was. I don't have to say it.
My generation, we did the Zoltan from Dude, Where's My Car?
I don't even know what that is.
You never seen Dude, Where's My Car?
I don't think I've seen it. No. Hold on.
Zoltan.
No. I don't know what that is.
What a stupid movie that is. I've tried the wine thing, by the way. I've tried to go to the wine tasting and like do all the, you got to let the tannins, whatever. And every time I was like, this tastes the same.
Yeah.
And you got all these people, and man.
Picking up notes of this, that, and the other.
Yeah, the sommelier there was, and I wasn't being that guy. I wasn't like, oh, this is dumb. We're all being dumb. I tried to participate. But he hated when I would say, I can't tell the difference. Like, I was giving him honest feedback. He was like, try this one. This one has a note of this. And I would say, I can't.
I'm not getting it.
I'm not getting it.
Tastes like grapes.
And he would just be like, and like turn to the next people. He was so passive-aggressive to me the whole day.
My daughter just dad joked me.
Oh, no.
My oldest. You ready? Do you know King David from the Bible?
I do.
Do you know who's only 12 inches tall? The Bible said he was a ruler. I don't know if I'm proud or if I should disown her. That is a brutal joke.
I love it. Honestly, I love it. That would kill at Sunday school.
Oh, man, that's a great joke. I just when she said the punchline, I just sit back, oh, my God.
Pastor Josh at my church needs to lead with that on Sunday. Just give it a shot, see what the room does. Wake them up a little bit.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
See, hey, Dad, you won't get Vance's reference here. And then? And then.
I know about the and then. I got to be careful. I dropped a lot of Asian impressions on today's Thunder and Lightning podcast because I told Robbie that he was a professor because he had to give a grade on the portal class. He was like, let me flip this thing. And I went into a whole thing about City Walk versus City Airlines, and I did the impression. It was great. And 2 or 3 people reached out to me and were like, was not prepared. But like, thank you for calling. I can't do what they say.
Oh, my gosh. And then when he does the airlines?
He's like, can I take all the please? $50. Can't have that, so.
Oh, man. I watched a video of them. He and I forget which creator of South Park, one of them, and Bill Hader recording the scene when Randy became a musician. What was it, Steamy Nicks?
Steamy.
And them trying to record that scene, and they are just laughing. They can't get through it.
That one and the...
What for?
That boy ruined them britches. There's a behind the scenes where they're doing the human Sentai pad.
Yeah.
And he's talking about eating the cuttlefish and asparagus.
Oh,
he cannot get it out. It's like, I will eat the cuttlefish.
So you're all locked up with what you're watching this weekend.
Go to Costa Money.
Yeah. We do have basketball.
It's $2,000.
People watching that. You've got the PGA Tour at Torrey Pines this weekend. Brooks Koepka looks like he's going to make the cut on the number in his first event back. And next weekend, you've got the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And also the Phoenix Open, which is nuts. And then it's baseball season. So shouldn't
that be we have to get him on. Shouldn't the weekend after Super Bowl, is that Daytona?
Is that Daytona?
When is the Daytona 500? We have to get Scary Gary on.
I do not know that answer.
Daytona 500 is Sunday, February 15th. It's the Sunday after the Super Bowl. We gotta get him on.
Yeah.
We'll do that for sure.
Recap baseball, talk Daytona 500.
That's also that weekend is State Ole Miss round 2 in Oxford. So something to talk about there. A lot going on that weekend.
A lot going on that weekend. We will be back. We'll wrap up the week with you when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi, Pearl River Resort Studio. We're glad you guys are with us. Always glad you guys are with us. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast wherever you get them. Sports Talk Mississippi in your favorite podcast app. And again, State fans, Thunder and Lightning, if you're not listening to the most listened to Mississippi State-focused anything,
I don't know what to tell you, man.
I don't know what to tell you either. You should be. If you're not, Ole Miss fans, Rebel Report, wherever you get your podcasts. If you want more of me, don't know why you would, but you can, wherever you get your podcast. Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
From the Venom.
Are we going to do this? Back to Sports Talk Mississippi.
Keep rolling. 3, 2, 1.
Super Talk Mississippi.
Hey, Dad, we got asked on the text line, you guys are having a big Royal Rumble party. What's on the menu?
Oh, nothing. It's just pizza and wings. We're just picking up food. Nothing.
Pizza and wings is great.
It's great, but it's not like it's anything fancy.
Buffalo wing pizza.
Very good.
Is it elite?
So I'm excited tonight to go home and cook because my wife is out of town, so I can eat shrimp.
Nice.
I'm so excited.
Is it just shrimp or is it all?
She doesn't like fish. But any kind of shellfish, I can't have crawfish. I can't have any of that.
Ooh, we are approaching quickly crawfish season.
When she's out of town, that's when the shellfish make an appearance at my home.
How deep do you have to clean afterwards? Can there be anything?
It's not that bad. Like I'll just wash the dishes and take the trash out, and everything will be okay.
Okay, so it's not like if she smells shrimp in the house, she'll die.
No.
Okay, good.
But I'll take that back. If she was there and I was cooking, it would be a problem. Mm-hmm. But 3 days later, it'll be okay.
Nice. Good.
Very, very excited.
I mean, you can be like Bubba Gump right now, though. Tell me all the different.
Oh, I could be. Scrimp pasta, scrimp sandwich.
I remember being a kid going to Bubba Gump Shrimp Company.
I think that was like the best restaurant.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And now if I see one, it's like, ugh. No.
Yeah. I found out there are actually better seafood restaurants. I mean, so that for you, that was that. For me, it was like the idea of going to Red Lobster as a kid in 1986 or something. I mean, you might as well tell me I was going to go stay at the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
Like we're going where? Mom, what happened? Did you find $5 million laying around? How are we affording Red Lobster?
Those cheese biscuits, man.
Make them at home now.
Oh, yeah. Make everything at home and make it better, too.
So you should make a chicken pot pie and use a Red Lobster biscuit crust. You know what some other people do? This is the
That's amazing.
Oh, here's the one that'll get you. That'll kill you that you never thought of it, right? Sausage balls.
As crust?
Well, no. Make sausage balls with Red Lobster cheddar bay biscuit.
See, are you sure you're not a stoner?
I'm just a really fat guy. Yeah, I saw that because you use Bisquick when you make sausage balls, and somebody was like, "Why don't you just use this?" And to that person, I mean, we're talking about Trump getting a Nobel Prize. What about that guy? What about the first person who did that? What about the person who's frying the Pop-Tarts in butter? Why can't that guy get a Nobel Prize? Huh? The person who invented this no-bake cheesecake hack that's going around right now. Can we do that?
There was a show on, I don't know if it ever lasted, called Frankenfoods.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
We need to bring that back.
The C Spire text line is showing up here in the final moments of the week. Chicken pot pie, my 3 favorite things. So that's a reference to marijuana.
Heck yeah, there you go. And guys like you are why I play Panic sometimes.
Oh, what? Instead of Cheddar Bay biscuits for sausage balls, use blueberry muffin mix. Okay. Now, I don't know if you're a genius or a madman.
Both. A mad genius is what you are.
Blueberry muffin sausage balls.
I'm in. Because I've had
Super Bowl's
blueberry
next
sausage.
Week, I might need to look into that.
No kidding. Saw this earlier. May she rest in peace. Catherine O'Hara passed away today at 71. Obviously, Home Alone. I loved her character. I loved the show. Schitts Creek. Schitts Creek. It's pronounced the way it sounds, but I don't want to say that on the radio.
I get it.
That show was just hilarious and so well done, and she was obviously a main character in that. So, iconic actress has passed at 71, and I mean, her screaming Kevin is like one of the most recognizable lines in cinema history.
Yeah, I mean, Home Alone is such a huge movie, but she's in a lot. I mean, she's in Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
she's in a ton of good stuff. So, great actress. Rest in peace. That's the time, for me especially, the actors and actresses that were huge when I was, a young man. Their time is coming. So, like, I'm just like dreading the days for Pacino and De Niro and Nicholson. Those days are coming. So,
be safe this weekend. Another really significant cold front is coming through. Be thinking about and praying for the people that are working hard. And north and then West Mississippi really is where all of the damage is. It's all over. It's pretty widespread, and there's a lot of work to be done all over the state. And just thinking about the people that are working hard through the night, through the cold, through everything to try to get life back in order up there. And be safe this weekend because we want to see you guys on Monday at 3. Enjoy your basketball, your golf, your Royal Rumble, whatever you're doing this weekend. And we will see you guys on Monday. Good night. We'll talk to you on Monday.
SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.